Shalom Chiefs, welcome back to the second video of the week. Obviously said I was going to do a double upload, so here is the video, and today we're going to be talking about Dynamax Adventures. I haven't experienced this too much myself at the moment because I'm shiny hunting other things, but this was another video requested by my mod Sharky, so thank you to Sharky for that one. We have been working on kind of just getting sorted and started into our legendary hunts on the channel, which on my Twitch channel, so you can obviously go ahead and find me on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday now, as my schedule's changed slightly. You can also just be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and just leave me a comment if you want to see any particular videos covered on Pokemon at all for the future, obviously, because beyond Sword and Shield I'll be doing other content as well. So yeah, like I said, we're going to be talking about the Dynamax Adventures today, and I'm not going to go through it per se in terms of the actual experience that you gain, but I am going to talk my way through it, and I'm also going to talk about shiny odds and things like that as well. I've made a little document, so what I'm going to do is just switch over and then come back and I will show you bits and pieces here and there on the game, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we're back to my document that I've made for you guys to talk about everything regarding Dynamax Adventures. Okay, so what we're going to do is start off with the exclusives. Don't worry, if you only have one game, I'm going to go through that in a little bit as well, just so that you're prepared. So to start off with, there are 30 legendary Pokemon in Dynamax Adventures overall, and there are 8 exclusives per each game. So basically there's 8 in Pokemon Sword and 8 in Pokemon Shield, and the other 22 can be caught between either game. Therefore, now the good news is you can join other players who have the opposite game to you to catch their exclusives. So for instance, like, I have both games, I have both Sword and Shield, but I mainly play Shield. So if I wanted to go and get Sword Pokemon, yes, I could go onto Sword and start it and do all of that, but a couple of friends of mine own Sword, so I could join their raid for instance, I will go through them, but I could join for Groudon here, and then I could also catch Groudon for that sake as well. So you can still own one game, but if you knew somebody who had the opposite game to you, that'd be great, like a friend of yours, or you could try and find a raid online with just random people. That would be really cool as well. So I'll just go over the actual exclusives quickly. So in Sword, you can catch Ho-Oh, Latios, Groudon, Dialga, Tornadus, Reshiram, Yveltal, and Solgaleo. And then in Shield, you can catch Lugia, Latias, Kyogre, Palkia, Thundurus, Zekrom, Xerneas, and Lunana. And then the other Pokemon that you can catch, which are in both games, are the Kanto birds, so Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, but in the Kanto forms, the Mewtwo, the Raikou, Entei, Suicune, Rayquaza, Mesprit, Azalf, Uxie, Heatran, Giratina, Cresselia, Landorus, Kyurem, Zygarde, all 4 of the Tapu, so Tapu Koko, Tapu Bulu, Tapu Lele, and Tapu Fini, and finally Necrozma. So those are how it kind of splits out. So like I said, 22 in both, and then you got 8 exclusives there either way. Now here comes the rest of the information, that quite important information, so be sure to listen to this part of the video very, very carefully. You can only catch one of each legendary. So if you were to catch, say for instance, let's say you were going to go for a Zygarde, you can only catch, once you catch the Zygarde, there will be a kind of a summary screen of all the Pokemon that you catch, and I will be going through that a little bit later. But you can only catch it once, so if you choose to take that Pokemon away with you, because you can catch 4 as you go through the Dynamax adventure, 3 normal Pokemon, so you could catch a Liepard, maybe a Wishcash, and then you could catch a Machamp, for instance, and then go on to Zygarde. You can only catch the Zygarde once, and obviously pick which one you want to take home with you. If you take the Zygarde home by accident, you're trying to shiny hunt it, you can't get it again. You can encounter it again afterwards, but you can't actually catch it. It won't let you take it home, at least, for anything. So you can only catch one. So if you're shiny hunting every single one of these, which, believe me, on my Twitch channel I will be doing, I've got to be very careful and make sure that I don't take it home with me. You can press B on the summary screen once you check them all, so you can scroll down, because on the summary screen you can only find out then if it's shiny or not. So you can scroll down and just check, and then if you didn't want to catch, if say the Zygarde wasn't shiny, you could just press B and then carry on again. When you go through the Dynamax Adventures, the teams are rented, so you can't take your own Pokemon in to deal with the situation as you go through, because of the different situations you could have. So you could have a water Pokemon, for instance, and if you took a water Pokemon in, and let's say like you had grass come up, obviously you could be at a disadvantage there, so you don't really want to do that. So all the teams are rented, and you can strategically, every time you catch a Pokemon, you can use that Pokemon you catch to go through and actually use to better you in the next battle. And there are different lanes that you can pick to actually go through and, you know, pick the right lane that benefits you more if there's a type advantage or whatever. One huge tip I give to people is to try and play with real people instead of the computer, like soloing it basically yourself, because you have more chance of reaching the end. Because if you most likely have, but if you have done a max raid battle, you get 4 chances before the Pokemon flies away. In Dynamax Adventures, you get 4 hearts for the entire adventure. So if you lose all 4 before you get to the final fight, so let's say you were going for Tapu Fini and that popped up or whatever, and you were like, I'm shiny hunting this or whatever. If you die before then, you miss out on that Tapu Fini for that run. So just be sure to, you know, obviously if you're going to do it yourself, be sure to, you know, make sure you know what you're doing, so that obviously you can better it and make sure you get your, you know, the rest of the team through it. The computers don't Dynamax, so every time you'll go first on Dynamax like you would in a normal max raid battle. So be sure to do that every time, just to benefit that and give people like max airstream for extra speed and things like that. Always catch every single Pokemon you encounter, because I'm going to go on to the shiny odds in a second, but believe me, if you catch every single one, so you catch 4 Pokemon, as I said before, in the entire adventure, including the legendary, you'd have a heavy chance of getting a shiny, trust me when I go through the odds. And do not be afraid to catch them, and like and they'd be like, oh, you won't catch them, like there's a chance it might break out of the ball. All catches, no matter what Pokemon it is, whether it's the legendary or the 3 before that, they are guaranteed, so you will be completely fine with that. So the catches are 100%, so you're going to be fine. Every time you do a raid, you get Dynamite Ore for doing it, and there is more. You get more for doing it with your friends or real people. So if you actually do a full person lobby, you get quite a good amount of Dynamite Ore for that. So that I'd also recommend it for that set. So if you counter the legendary for the first time, for instance, yeah, so if you encounter the legendary for the first time, what you can do is when you complete the raid and you go back and you're trying to shiny hunt, like I said, Zygarde. If you don't catch the Zygarde, which is completely fine, what you can do is the scientist at the front, which I can show you right now if I just put this back and turn my controller on. So because obviously it's quite dark at the moment. Let's just put... So this lady right here, she doesn't have a name, but I just call her the scientist. She will ask you, she will say, like, do you want to save the route to that Pokemon? So if you were trying to shiny hunt it, you could simply click on her again, and this will come up and it will go, would you like to embark on another adventure? And basically you just press yes, and then basically it says you can find certain types of special Pokemon, and which one would you like to find today? And if you save the route, I only have Suicune at the moment because I just did the tutorial max raid myself, like the tutorial adventure, which is Suicune, and you know, just left it at that and did other bits and pieces. If you say did loads and loads and loads of them, like Landorus, Zygarde, Tapu Fini, and Suicune, they'd all be in a list here on this page. So it's so you can just go back for that one. So you don't have to, you know, if you're shiny hunting them and you're counting the encounters for them or whatever, you don't have to just get lucky to find it. You can actually go on a specific route for the end battle to be that legendary, which is pretty cool, I think. So yeah, let me just change back. So yeah, for you, so you can see my thing here. And finally, shiny hunting. So the Pokemon will not appear shiny in the battle. So when you go into the actual battle for all 4 of them, they do not appear shiny at all. Unless when you get to the results screen, and obviously you can tell by scrolling through the 4 Pokemon if they're shiny or not. If you don't know, you can go onto the summary screen and basically check for the, you know, shiny mark to check that they're shiny if you're not sure, because it looks a little bit different. But they do not appear shiny in battles, so this is why it's so important that if you're shiny hunting the legendaries, you make sure that it's shiny first, because if once you take it home with you, that's it, you can't get it again, as I've said before. Now this is where the craziness happens, the shiny odds. This is the most broken thing, in my personal opinion, to ever happen with shiny odds, I think, at least from my perspective. The shiny odds for every single Pokemon, like I said, not just including the legendary, sorry, is 1 in 300. But if you have the shiny charm, the odds go to 1 in 100. So if you catch all 4 Pokemon, so like I said, catch every single Pokemon. If you catch all 4, you're basically, your odds are 1 in 25 of either of those being shiny. So you've got 1 in 25 chance of getting a shiny in 4 Pokemon. Like, that's mental. And obviously you can strategically get certain ones that you're after and things like that, but that's pretty cool. If you do not get the shiny legendary that you want, you can always obviously go back for it, like I said, so you can just do the plot, you know, the paths as well, so you can save the route and then just go back for it. And the final thing that I don't think a lot of people realise, because I've seen this quite a lot as well with people I've spoken to and things I've seen online, if you are playing with a friend, let's say that you and another friend are shiny hunting Kyogre. If you host the raid and go through and you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and you're just doing the same encounter rate as each other, you're just shiny hunting together, you may get it at number, I don't know, let's say 84. You yourself get it at 84, but your friend might not get it on the 84th go. It's completely random, so it might take your friend till encounter 93 to get the Kyogre, but you might get it at a different time, so it's not always the same. So if you catch the Pokemon, that it means the same for that, and vice versa if you join somebody else's game as well. But I think I've covered everything to do with the entire Dynamax raid yourself. So if you just take this information and basically just go through the game and just go through the experience and just experience it for yourself, like I said, and just keep all this in mind, you'll basically be good, guys. There's nothing really kind of scary apart from the fact that you've just got to be careful when when it says to you on the results screen, which Pokemon do you want to take, you don't have to take any of them. You can just simply check if it's shiny, if you're shiny hunting them, and then just leave it if you don't want any of them. In my case, unless it's at a shiny that I don't have and I want to keep it, I will be taking the shiny. Because if I end up getting shinies, like duplicates and things like that, I won't be keeping that shiny because I already have it and things like that. So, yeah, so just be careful of that. But I hope that was beneficial enough. I know there wasn't much gameplay in this, but I kind of thought it was better in written form for now, for you to see everything here. But if you did enjoy this video and I covered everything for you, be sure to leave a like on the video, much appreciated, and subscribe with all notifications on if you are new, because you do not want to miss any Pokemon content, because I'm going ham with this every week now, because we are solely streaming Pokemon on my Twitch channel, which you can find me on every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, sorry. I was going to say Saturday, but that's no longer on my schedule now. So yeah, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great rest of your week, and that we will return to one video a week every single Wednesday, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care, Chiefs. Peace. Have a good day.